Good morning, good evening. How you doing? Good afternoon, however you like it. Views from the 22, views and dues. Y'all know what it is. True man, false world, scene represented, reporting live. We got Vic Jr. We got M drop the J because the fadeaway, it is perfect. And then we got Mo Schefter who'll be jumping on here any second now. It is the Sunday morning pregame show. Best in the world, Craig. Fellas, how we doing?
MJ?
Oh, see, we were just when you're on the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, it's just always, the courtesy is always there. Now, I'm feeling great, man. My alkaline levels are up, mucus levels are down. As you know, this is brought to you by Monkey Knife Fights. If you haven't joined there, what the hell are you waiting for? We could be getting you some money right now. Go ahead, go to Monkey Knife Fights. Tell them the scene sent you. You can put the scene into the promo code, and they'll match you up to $100. Also, it's brought to you by JW Capital Solutions, in which, you can get your credit repair and your tax needs. And they also giving out free trips for people. So you just never know when you might get a free trip from the scene. So make sure that y'all following us as well. Like, we legit out here. We got legit sponsors. We doing everything the legal way. I'm trying to watch this money so I don't got to pay taxes. I got mad right-wing energy right now. And I think that's a good segue for Vic, the king of right-wing. People.
You throwing my government information out there. Look at him. Yeah, man. First day of some snow here in the Northeast. Some little snow flurries. Not a big fan of it, but hey, it is what it is. One day I'll find myself in the tropics when we make it big, down south. It is what it is, man. The NFL, it's the games have been great this season, for the most part. Just the beef with the politics at NFL is just, first and foremost, the scheduling. The Cowboys played on Thursday. They got a beat up football team right now, and then now they got another game coming up on Thursday. Imagine playing back-to-back Thursday games. Of course you still get your little bye week after that, but it's just for the players. It's a sad thing to see. Then we got a situation here where you got the Chiefs versus Broncos for tonight's game when you could have had Chargers versus Bengals, Joe Burrow versus Justin Herbert. I feel like we already know what we're going to get out of Chiefs and Broncos. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, who would not want to see that on a Sunday night football game? But, it is what it is, man. Of course, Lester happens to jump in right when MJC says that. The left wing extremist that he is, Lester. But shout out to Les, man. Big supporter. Football, basketball coach.
Hey, that man coached. He was coach. He coached everything all in that sentence.
Yeah, I know. I fumbled that one.
Good.
You wasn't. In the words of Lester, you wasn't moving with the proper reverence. So with that being said,
left wing less.
With that being said, as we are getting ready here to, we're getting ready to see snap. The man popped up with the red on, like he's Santa Claus and stuff.
Hey,
so go ahead with the beard, Santa Claus. Go ahead.
Red hoodie, feeling like Bill Belichick. Out here doing it like I'm cashing Nike checks. I've been watching too much clips. I'm sorry.
Early bars, okay.
Hey,
it got him on that Charlie Clips vibe, boy.
Yeah. What's going on, beautiful people? You got it, Germ. Listen. This is the least prepared I've ever been, but I'm ready.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, 99 overall. I'm the hoodie Germ.
Oh yeah,
it's about to get on. We about to get this thing going. Number one.
Yo, that's funny. Hold on. We
man,
all
first of all, hold on. I ain't feel like I ain't
seen
y'all in forever, bro. It was MJ? It was nice to see you. It's been a while, man. It's been a rough couple of weeks for the fam, but we here.
Yeah,
we're live. Let's do it.
That's crazy.
So this is the hoodie edition, slander edition, and slander edition of Views from the 22, Views and Dues. I'm putting this. Making sure the scene is right. All right. So look, well, we making sure that everything is correct and everybody's ready so we can get this thing going on right now. College football, it's big, it's relevant. We're gonna talk on it, touch on it real quick. Really, really simple. BCS, BS is what we called it this morning, and we're gonna call it that because that's the energy and the time that I'm on this morning. Just wanted to make sure first things first, let's get right to it. Number one, and first and foremost, the myth of the undefeated team being a good team. If you're undefeated, that simply means at this stage of football that you probably were not challenged. This is an imperfect sport. It's an imperfect game. We do not play our best game every week. We will not play our best game every week because it's virtually impossible to do so. We have matchups that sometimes don't go in our favor. We have referees that don't always call things in our favor. We also have home and road games that dictate and sway the tide of very many things. What I want everybody in America to understand is, and I say everybody to understand, is we shall not overcome this ridiculous rhetoric every single year about undefeated teams in college football. I don't care if Cincinnati wins 20 games and they are 20-0 playing in the conference that they play in. They are not a better team than a team that has one loss or two losses in the SEC. Why do I say that? Well, because the SEC has teams that have won 10 games. They have teams that are 4-4 in conference play, and their overall record for the rest of the season is 4-0 in every other game because everybody else is getting their doors blown off. It is not hard to understand, people. Number one, some conferences are better than others. Why is that? Some conferences are better than others because the talent pool is a little different. When you go to certain schools, you're not going to certain schools because the top level guys recruited you. You're going because the other guys recruited you. It's hard, cold reality. The cold reality of the game is if Nick Saban ain't come and sit on your couch, guess what? You're probably not one of those guys.
For the most part, yeah.
Making sure we got time. So when it's time to address bull, it's time to. Shouts out to Jazz the rapper. I'm tired of hearing Cincinnati. I'm tired of hearing, I want to see somebody new. If you want to see somebody new, this is what you do. Germ is giving you the recipe. See, I'm the man of solutions. So what we going to do? Hey, they're going to get this work. So what we're going to do first and foremost is we're going to start recruiting in groups. Why do we recruit in groups? Because we're going to recruit the best damn quarterback we can find. We're going to recruit the best damn guy to protect them. We're going to recruit the best damn guy to go after the other quarterback, the best damn guy to cover the best guy on the other team that's catching from the quarterback. And then we're going to recruit a running back because we got to be able to run the dang ball, Bert. It's just that simple. Thanks. We recruit those 5 positions. We can then build the rest of our program with 2-star, 3-star, 4-star athletes because we got the premium positions in this particular sport of football. Now, before I even make sure we got time, before I say anything else, I gotta get my fellas in. As we beautiful people in the comments, please make sure you leave your comments. We will get to those. Mo, I noticed that I sparked something when your eyebrow raised there. That must have been an interesting take that you didn't think about there, brother. So let's start with you, brother.
I didn't consider recruiting in groups. I'll leave that for later. As far as everything you just said, it's beyond spot on. Because while we don't, because I don't want to talk, because you know me in college, but like we don't discuss level of competition or toughness of schedule or whatever the hell it's called when it comes in the NFL. Because these are all professionals, 1 through 53 on both sides of the field. But in college, it's a whole different ball game. Like competition matters. Who you play matters, as it should. How you play how you dominate matters, as it should. So I know ultimately where this is going, and I 100% agree with you, and I'll leave it at that.
Vic,
I mean, bro, you were spot on. With college, it comes to me with the prospects. At the end of the year, I wait for the prospect list to scout. You give me some of the prospects that you enjoy and you enjoyed watching. We go over it. It's to me, it's such a messy situation with the politics, with the playoff bracket. I think it should expand to 8 teams. I don't know what y'all think about that, but it should be an 8-team bracket. You know what I mean? Where there is more teams than just the SEC or the Big Ten or whatever other conferences dominate. There should be 8 teams with the 8 best records, and just let them bang it out for that last position.
hey, I got a solution Sag on the line too with me. So let's go.
All right. So, you guys made a lot of great points. And the only thing that I'm here to do is just to be able to find the medium and find a bridge so everybody can be happy. So here is my bridge. College schedules. Programs, you are allowed to pay for 2 schools to play against. Then you get 4 games in conference. The other 4 games will be dependent on whoever record is what. So Cincinnati, now we can figure out if you're real or not. So if you start off 8-0, we'll leave 3 games towards the end of the season before we start having playoffs or whatever. We'll leave 3 games to be able to be like, all right, put them against them and see what life's like. So with my theory, Cincinnati will be playing Michigan next week. See what life's like.
You know why I'm not against
that? Who would not want to see that?
I'm not against any of that. I'm not against any of that. Because you know what? I have a similar solution. You know what my similar solution is? How many conferences is it? It's Power 5, correct?
Yep.
Power 5 conference. So that means if you are a team and you are considering trying to be into the bigger picture or the large picture right there, trying to be in the center and be all centered and everything, what you need to do is you need to play teams from the Power 5 conference. Because guess what? That's what the Independents had to do. Notre Dame had to go and play Southern Cal and sign a deal with Southern Cal in order for them to be relevant. And here's the problem. Now Southern Cal is not relevant because they're trash. So now Notre Dame's popularity or their notoriety from playing that game means absolutely nothing. The Red River rivalry used to be a big thing. Now it is no longer a big thing because guess what? Oklahoma is still decent and Texas has went down substantially over the last 10 years. So we're talking about a situation where these games that the non-conference people, BYU is another independent. BYU has to go play people. You have to go and seek out this smoke. And I'm not even asking for you to seek out crazy smoke. But what I'm asking for you to do is have a rotating schedule where you have to go and you have to play one of the teams from the SEC every year, one of the teams from the Pac-12 every year, one of the teams from this conference, one of the teams from this conference. That way, at least you can experience what the conference has to offer.
But they're not going to do that because those Power 5 schools is not going to take on that team because we have nothing to gain from this and all to lose. That is the real problem.
And
take that. You really think these teams is not reaching out to these SEC? Hey, we would love to play you with those real political letters, and they gonna look at that and be like, "No, we're gonna stick with Alcorn State because, yeah, that's just where we're at." Why am I playing? My schedule in the SEC is already murderer's row. Why am I going to play a hungry ass team that got everything to prove against me? In addition to that, if I don't have to do it.
And here's why.
If I don't have to do it, if they have to do it, then it's okay. That's why I was like, earn what you earned. If you undefeated and you one of them teams that didn't get a chance to play at SEC or somebody in the top 5, then have that room for those 3 games to be like, all right, let's see what you about. You get your ass whooped 2 out of the 3, we know the truth.
Yeah.
But you know the problem with that? That means that you have to then go to what the real issue is and what the real root of all of this is.
What's that?
It's money.
Yeah.
Nobody don't want to see Cincinnati go take their ass up to Southern California where it never rains. Shout out to Tony, and watch them folks get a Juicy J party, a band to make them dance, ran all over them. Don't nobody want to see that. Nobody wants to see these folks get their doors blown off and then put back on and blown off again. Nobody wants to see this. Hey, I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to show y'all the large picture. Nobody wants to see Georgia annihilate Cincinnati, bro. Nobody wants to see it, but y'all keep asking for it. So you know what I say? If they die, they die.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Kill them dead, disco dead. I'm sick of
it. Yo, shout out to Tanya, man. Yo, it's so easy to talk so much sugar when you got one of the most dominant enterprises in the history of sport.
No
you know what I mean? Like,
no doubt.
Like you know what I mean? Shout out to Nick Saban for what he has created.
Yeah.
But damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's an unbelievable situation there. Tanya just loving it. You know, shout out to her, her Alabama shirts and
here's
nice selfies.
Here's the thing too, and I'm gonna address Big Bro Ham. Ham, here's the problem. Here's the ultimate problem. We can have the scripts in the story. We can have the scripts in the storylines because that's what. Hey, what does Hollywood and what does sports and entertainment and the media like? A great story. So that's what this Cincinnati team is. So we're still writing a script or a story regardless because one-year wonders are the same thing as one-hit wonders. Shouts out to Vanilla Ice. Come on, man. Listen, man. It's time to address it's time to. Let's go. At the end of the day, we're going to close it with this because I'm on vacation, baby. It's getting ready to get bloody around here. Let's go. I'm letting y'all know. I'm telling y'all all the teams in college football that ain't SHIT, and I spelled it for the people just so they don't flag you can flag it. You can flag it how you want to flag it. Flag on the play is if I see Cincinnati in a 4-game scenario, that's a flag on the play. It's a flag on my television, and I'm not watching it. I'm turning it off. And I encourage the rest of America to boycott the game because I don't want to see it. But we're going to close with this. When it comes down to college football, battle tested doesn't mean that you played the best in your conference. Battle tested means you played the best teams. And that, my friends, is all that I have to say about that. With that, thanks for giving me y'all time as we go to the Thanksgiving games. Now, Big 9, Lil Deuce. It's about time to get going, Vic. It looked like in this situation, the Lions, they had the Lil Deuce because they start shooting that little SHIT again. Are you kidding me?
Do not shoot that no more.
Hey, don't stop it. And Matt Nagy came with a 23. And there's not even such gun. What are we doing in Chicago? And what are we doing in Detroit? Chicago, you lost two of you have an excuse. You're missing Khalil Mack. No, they do have an excuse. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they got a handicap. His name is Matt Nagy. That's a handicap every Sunday. They start listen, the Chicago Bears organization start every day like a black man, down 10 points because they play with Matt Nagy. Shouts out to Lester Stewart. Big bro, I got you. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. It's time to address this. Matt Nagy gotta go.
Yo.
Listen, tell Charlie Nagy, Shaggy Nagy, Pat Nagy, whoever else it is, I don't care. Matt got to go. Y'all illegitimate brother got to go. It's time. To the left. Everything I own in the box to the left. In that closet. Get him out. It's over. MJ, you're a retro Chicago win. So go ahead.
Yeah, y'all see the background right now. So
in the city.
I love it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. No, it's very simple. I mean, this is going to be a work in progress. Obviously, I don't need to say anything more about Matt Nagy that Chicago fans have already said at his son's game. Like, y'all are the worst, I swear. You just gonna go to the son just try to play. Why y'all yelling fire Nagy and he just try to like play football? That's tough. Like even that's pretty low. I gotta be honest with y'all, Chicago. That's kind of low. That kid ain't do nothing to y'all. It ain't his fault. His father is a trash coach. He can't control that. Leave that kid alone. Anywho, but y'all already got Justin Fields, who is something that you can build on. You guys still have a solid defense. Chicago will always have a solid defense. You got skilled players in position. Build your offensive line. This is not going to be an overnight process. In about 2 or 3 years, you guys do this correctly and get somebody who can motivate the locker room and have them bring it every week on both ends of football, including special teams, you're going to be fine. It's not anything wrong with it. I mean, unfortunately, on the flip side with Detroit, that they're just not going to ever be a good franchise. They got to leave, I think, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Detroit, but I just think it's just something about that franchise that it's just not meant for football to be played there. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna say this to y'all, and I'm gonna pass it. This right here is the football. This is football, gods. This is football karma. This is what this is, because you had a good situation with Jim Caldwell, 2 straight seasons where you were moving in the right direction, trending in the right direction. And what you did is you got rid of that man, and you went and you hired somebody else to try to clean up. And what you really did was you messed up. So at the end of the day, this right here is football karma. This is what you call football karma, because not only did Jim Caldwell have that organization on a trending scale, they were in a situation where they were no longer football purgatory. They were in a situation where they were becoming a formidable opponent every week for everybody. You then went and you switched that and you went somewhere else and you tried to do what you've been doing to black coaches for a long time, and you tried to get somebody else to come and then live off of what they just did. Now, y'all talk that trash about Mark Jackson, and y'all did that with him, but y'all didn't talk that about Jim Caldwell. Where's the same energy? Because Jim Caldwell, we know Jim Caldwell was the same guy on that Baltimore sideline that was making some changes and making some things happen with the same Joe Flacco. If I'm not mistaken, Mo, wasn't he the offensive coordinator the year that Baltimore won the Super Bowl?
He was.
Oh my God.
So Bears, why ain't y'all calling this dude? Like Chicago.
Hey man,
like,
address when it's time to, and it's time to.
Like, yo, you need to sell? I could look it up. I could Google it. Like,
bro, he was 36-28 as a Lions head coach. When was the last time a Lions head coach had a winning record?
What? I mean, come on,
they
man.
had great draft classes. Great draft classes.
Yeah. No, and the worst part about it was he was gone after 2 years. It wasn't like he was, or not 2 years. How long was he going after?
I think it was 3 years.
It was 3 years.
Like 3 years of a franchise that's never seen prosperity, never seen any sort of triumph in any significant time of the year. Hell, they barely can win on Thanksgiving. So you take away a man after 3 years of, I mean, listen.
14.
Speaking from experience here, all right? It takes at least a year to turn over a culture of an organization.
Bingo. At least.
And when that turnover happens, now it's first comes buying in, then comes believing in it, then comes guys who start to take leadership of it, then comes guys who are starting to apply it on a daily basis. Then you actually start to see a consistent change there's no longer trending upwards. It's now plateauing at a peak, and it's consistent. And they never gave Jim Caldwell that chance.
Mo, I thought you weren't prepared. If this is you not prepared, damn.
No, that's how he is.
Hey, sometimes it's better when it's off the dome.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So I said all of that, and I'm passionate about that because at the end of the day, I'm tired of narratives being built around other situations that are different. And then this situation, we've seen the complete opposite. They went in reverse. Like Detroit is stuck on stupid, parked and dumb, and they can't find reverse. That's where they at.
It's Motor City, so that's an oxymoron in itself.
Man, listen, man, it's levels.
They lost.
Yes.
No, they lost DeAndre Swift kind of early in that game. This is a kid that, I mean, he's exceeded my expectations as an overall running back. And I mean, we knew that he was going to be that kid that you could get out in space, catch the football, well, but he's running the ball well in between the tackles. He's gotten, pretty physical. And they lost him early in that game, and it just seemed after that there was no rhythm. Jared Goff, man, like little more and more, he's starting to, I know he had a Super Bowl appearance mode, but more and more he's starting to look like a guy that just is a backup in this league to me. There's just no explosiveness, nothing. Exactly. Had like little a trajectory there that's going down now, but yeah, I mean they had control of the game at one point, probably for like the first quarter, and then after that, they just let Chicago just stick around until the last score. They were able to score at the end of the game. It's just, it's
Jared
unbelievable.
Goff is a step to the left, a step to the right, and a step to the middle in the pocket version of Sam Bradford.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you said that a couple years ago, and it rings. It's like it's wine. That statement is wine because it's only getting better with time. We see the limits. Now he sees the limits. Now it's in his head. And it's just there's no getting out of it. He's missing guys. He's not as accurate. He's processing slower, and it's I mean, again,
it's not even. You know what, Mo? I'm gonna say this. It's not he's processing slower. The game's getting faster.
But the game is the game, though.
No. When I say the game's getting faster, I mean the people. The people are getting bigger, stronger, faster. And you know what it is? He mentally and physically can't compute.
Right. That's what a processor does, Jern.
It's like you getting your ass whooped on All Pro. How you expect to go to Madden and figure it out?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's where
you know what it was. Well, Sean McVay had the sliders up. He went to Detroit. They turned the sliders down.
No, I mean, bro, he like his strength was the short game, and he's even missing guys there.
Well, short and intermediate intermediate between the hashes.
Between the hashes. Which is most quarterbacks.
But you know what's really messed up as we move to the next game is the real reason why Chicago is struggling really is Matt Nagy. And I will tell you the reason why I know.
Oh, yeah.
Because not that they're short of talent.
No.
It's that the talent's not put in the proper place to succeed.
Bro, let me tell you this. The Detroit Lions, if you took away the scoreboard, honest to God, you would probably think
like
they have a better record than the Chicago Bears. Because the Bears on a week-to-week basis look like there's just a lack of preparation by what's being output. You know what I mean? And whereas the Lions are just straight effort, But the Bears, the Bears are just Matt Nagy is not a head coach. I'm gonna try to be nice on this Sunday because
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You be nice.
He's just not a head coach, bro.
Right.
Like some guys just have a certain presence, and he don't have it.
Again, you guys know I've been talking about this for years. The talent at the coaching level in the NFL is way below the players. Way below the players. There's a select few.
You notice that my other hand is not listed.
It's not on the screen. The elite class of head coaching is a drought. It's a drought.
But you know who you blame on that? You blame the creators and the owners of the game. Because the owners of the game is ran by 80 to 90-year-old people who still want to see the game being played like it's 1980. And we have exceeded that about 50 years ago.
Bro, the NFL is the perfect example of you got to know somebody to be somebody.
Oh,
like they keep recycling players. If Jason Garrett gets another NFL head coaching job or coaching job, forget head coach. If he gets another NFL job, tragedy.
Bro, Jason Garrett is going to be hired the day the Lexus holiday sales event ends.
He might get the Bears, but let's move on.
He's a heel.
Let's move on.
Shout out to my brothers.
Woo! 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 I like it. Go ahead. Now, with that being said, here's something else. We're not gonna stay too long on the Raiders and the Cowboys.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm gonna tell you why. Because Dallas, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Dallas, you got next week to get y'all SHIT together.
Next Thursday?
Yes.
Next Thursday?
Yes.
Because they already got a Thursday game again.
Yep. They got till next Thursday.
Isn't
You know
it
why?
isn't
They
it the
play
Bears?
Saints.
The Saints,
the
that's who it
Saints.
is. The Saints.
The Saints, the team that they struggle against.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Y'all got till next week to figure it out. That's all I'm gonna say. Raiders, you took care of business. I have nothing else to say about it. It is what it is. Mo, no. Mo, they took care of business. With that being said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start this part of this one. The next game is by saying the Bills ain't SHIT. Now, if y'all see what I did there, Bills Saints SSI. See, bars. I'm kind of bar heavy today. I don't know. It's light. It's light. But the thing is, the Bills and the Saints are in a similar situation to me. They have 53-man rosters that have a lot of talent on them, but they may not have the quarterback piece to get them over the hump. And now I am on Josh Allen. And now we getting ready to. I'm strapped in. Yep, it's getting ready to happen. Vic, we about to talk. We about to talk about this guy, just like I talk about Baker. Nobody's exempt from this work. This time to address, and it's time to. Number one, bro, they should have scored 70 points in this game. I see Emmanuel Sanders every week. Oh yeah, I didn't caught up with film too. It's tight. Emmanuel Sanders is running free, and I'm free falling every week, at least 3 times in the secondary. Now I told y'all he was one of the original people of the 7-Eleven Club. Told y'all he was original. That's original.
Mm-hmm.
Even number one, first 5. Emmanuel Sanders is the piece on this roster that makes them damn near unstoppable at times, even with them not having a running game. Because in short areas, having him and Diggs with Cole Beasley, I don't want to see. Remember when Coach Yo say blitz all night? You better mesh all night. Mesh all night. I don't want to see nobody not crossing face mask all night. What you gonna do? Play zone? Okay. Here, Matt Breida, get 10 yards. Okay. Here, Dawson Knox, get 60. What is Dable doing? What is Sean McDermott doing? It's time to address. It's time to. This team is not going to go far with the quarterback playing the way he's playing right now. And ultimately, you don't even have a running game to support him. The Bills ain't winning nothing. And today, they have been officially eliminated from the Germ So True sweepstakes of Super Bowl contention.
Wow.
For the upcoming Super Bowl.
Wow.
They are no longer the Buffalo Bills. They're the Buffalo Saints.
Listen, Jerm, the year that Baker and Josh Allen got drafted, you and I was going at it in terms of the order of where we should put them. Yeah. That was probably the most disagreeing in the quarterback position we've had in the 5 years we've been doing this.
Absolutely, it is.
I wanted Josh Allen second.
And it was pretty close.
Baker first. It was close.
It was close.
And then ultimately we decided that Josh being 6'6", strong arm, showed some accuracy, showed some the willingness to throw deep in some areas and take some risk. We ultimately put him first as a quarterback. And so far, I don't care what nobody says, besides what Lamar Jackson's MVP awards and all of that stuff, they still are the best 2 quarterbacks of that class. And for right now, They will get paid. They will get paid. Josh already got his money. Baker will get his. And we're still going to have to get used to them quarterbacking for the next 10 years.
Facts.
That's what I got to say. So.
I think on the Josh Allen front, I eased up a little bit off of him at the beginning of the year just to be fair to the quarterback. But this was always my concern with him. And I think when you look at the coaching of, again, to Vic's point, there's a gap in the coaching talent in the NFL. You can be good for a year. You can be, look at Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is a perfect example, bro. Doug Peterson got a championship ring out of being good for a short period of time. You can
because
be
of the
good
best
for a
head
short.
coach.
What's that?
Because the best head coach in the history of the league messed up. But we
Besides
gonna
that,
leave
besides that, like what Sean McDermott needs to understand is you cannot come into this league week after week, year after year, and do the same things and expect the same results. It's not going to happen. Why? There's too many variables, not enough constants. Eventually, the end result must be different. And that's exactly what's happening in Buffalo. They're not evolving at all. Good, Jeremy.
Look, that first off, you just described insanity. That's really what you just described.
Bars.
And for real.
It's bar heavy today, man.
And expecting the different results, that's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is Rex's and Joe's over X's and O's.
Facts.
When the coaches can be able to develop the Rex's and Joe's to get better than the X's and O's. Right now, the coaches don't know how to develop the Rex's and Joe's to the point where they can be able to see beyond the X's and O's and be like, no, I don't like this. Let me go ahead and do this. Or this makes sense. Good call, coach, but this makes more sense to do this right now because this dude is wide the fuck open. So I hear what you're saying, but I'm seeing this and I'm going to be able to take this because I can see it. But not at any level. We're talking all the way down to Pee-wee football. It's just not a lot of dudes. It's a handful out there. I'm not going to, just completely say it doesn't exist at all. But it's just not a lot of dudes out there that is teaching the 101s of quarterbacking, making the right read, being patient in the pocket, having an accurate thrower. You can't teach accuracy, but you still can develop it with reps and constant reps on top of reps on top of reps.
And footwork.
And doing, workouts to be able to strengthen certain things and strengthen certain techniques to be able to get the accuracy. It's just not enough of it. And you want to know why it's not enough of it, sir? Because the NFL has 30 teams and it's only one quarterback that can play in those 30 teams. So why would we have 200 coaches or thousands and thousands of coaches invest in a guy that has a 1 in a 30 million chance of landing the job? This is a really layered, deep problem, which is why it's not going anywhere. With that being said, I could pass it to whoever wants it.
To Jeremy's point, Josh, he has to get better with his short game. We talked about it when he got drafted. His touch, he's still got some issues where, he's throwing the ball pretty hard. Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders should be like the emphasis of that passing game to then let Stephon Diggs do, the work that he does, because he's still having a tremendous year. But that Stephon Diggs is one of the best route runners I've ever seen. Like, the dude is unbelievable. And, Josh could be dominating if he was a little bit more better decisive, better touch on his short game. Because, again, you win in the NFL. Brady and the EMP offense proved this. You win in the NFL using your running backs, using your short game. That will open up everything else at a deeper level.
What bothers me the most about Buffalo, there's no limitations to their personnel offensively. You got Diggs, who can run just about every route on the route tree. You got Emmanuel Sanders, OG at a 7-Eleven club, always open, although they treating him like a drive-through these days, who mastered every route. And then you got Cole Beasley, who's from the slot. He's the stereotypical white slot guy. You know what I mean? Like, he could just do what you need him to do from that position. So there's no need for it to be so
philosophical.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot they can do while keeping this simple, because you got professionals out there, and then they have like 5 running backs on the roster. Get him the damn ball. Like, shout out to Big Shot. We'll see you tonight. Like, they treating him like Tim Tebow in Florida. That's what he said. Like they want Josh Allen to touch the ball on every play. And he's a quarterback. He's gonna touch the ball on every play, but they're just not allowing the offense to come into fruition the way it should. And they're just expecting this guy to go out there week after week, run for his life, throw outside the pocket, under pressure, under duress, with the same concepts. And it's just not going good.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but last year, Josh Allen had a really good year. Who was he working with in the offseason?
He worked with
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo, that's right. Tony Romo, that's right.
I don't need to say anything else. Keep going.
Oh, bro, Tony. I mean, we could talk about Tony any day. Tony is
I'm telling you that.
Tony's a beast.
You can tell the difference. You can hear him in commentary that this dude sees everything. And you can tell the difference in Josh Allen when he worked with a quarterback who could see certain things that you need to be able to see. I'm not saying that he didn't work with him this year, but you can almost tell that there has been digression.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, that could be the reason, because Tony's in a lot of Corona commercials lately. I don't know.
Ain't got time for him no more.
Could be.
So now, fellas, that's the banter that we wanted to start the show with. Let's roll through some of these games.
Yeah.
We're going to highlight about 3. We're only going to highlight 3 games this week. Even though it's probably 7 we can talk about, we're going to highlight 3. And why I want to highlight the 3, we're going to highlight the Browns and the Ravens, because that's a huge game.
Yeah.
This is a huge 3-game stretch for the Ravens. Why? Because you got Browns, then you got the Steelers, then you have the Browns again in Cleveland. So you got the Steelers on the road, and then you have the Browns on the road. Then the other game we're going to highlight is the Surgeon Colts and the Buccaneers. Needs to be talked about. It's a lot of good things there. And I think the other most important game here this week is the Patriots and the Titans. I think those are the 3 games we'll highlight this week, fellas. But first, let's start with some of these trash slaw games. Mr. Schefter, let's start with the Falcons, the Atlanta. We shall not call them the Falcons anymore. They are the Atlanta Pidgeys. Why they're the Atlanta Pidgeys? Well, for those who like Pokemon, here's why. Pidgey had 2 moves when you caught him as original Pokemon. It was the Gust and it was the Sand Attack. And then after that, he gets Quick Attack. The Falcons remind me a lot of Pidgey. Why? Because they got the Quick Attack, meaning they can score in one play. But after the Quick Attack, that play, it really don't work on everybody, because it really don't work, especially against rock Pokemon. So what you have to do is you have to get him out of the game. So then they got the Sand Attack, which is just kick up a whole bunch of dirt, cause a whole bunch of ruckus. But that's all they do. Just kick up a whole bunch of dirt, cause a whole bunch of ruckus, and just mess up the damn field, because they don't really score any points half the time, because the kicker's always kicking, and that's the Sand Attack. And then the Gust, just a gust of offense. It's just a big whirlwind of Matt Ryan throwing 700 balls every damn season that don't equate to any Super Bowl championship. The Gust, the Sand Attack, and the Quick Attack. I have just described to you the Atlanta Pidgeys. Mr. Schefter, do your work.
Yes, sir. So the over-under on this game is 46. Bro, oh my God. The Falcons are 1.5-point favorites over the Jaguars. Okay. Over a 2-8 team, they are only 1.5-point favorites. Deion Jones out again in this game for the Falcons. Listen, man, I got a driver. He got a bird. Earlier this week, he stepped on that bird's foot. Bird got a broken foot. Bird's name is Kiwi. I'm going to call the Falcons the Atlanta Kiwis. They're going to win this game. You know what? Give me the Jaguars, bro. The Jaguars have been playing with a little more heart, even though they're playing like replacement players. Give me the Jaguars. That's a replacements reference. Give me the Jaguars. Give me the Jaguars by a field goal. I ain't wasting time on this game.
Well, I don't know what's going on with the Jacksonville offense. You got Trevor Lawrence, who has 0 touchdowns, but also 0 picks in the last 3 weeks, which is
running
very
the ball a
interesting.
little more.
They're running the ball a little bit more. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
James Robinson is dealing with some injuries. Very underrated running back in this league.
Facts.
But, this is a time of the year where you're beat up, and that especially for that running back position. So both of these offenses are basically dead offenses right now. This game could easily be a 96 game, 12-10 type of football game. So I'm taking the Jaguars too, man. Just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Like Mo said, just more effort. Matt Ryan days again should be limited, but we'll see what happens. I'll take the Jag.
Jags, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Falcons because Cordero Patterson is active, and when he's on the field, he has a tendency to make certain things happen with their offense that shouldn't happen. And once again, with Jacksonville, I don't trust either team. So this is just me trying to get leverage on you guys and our pick 'em. Go ahead.
Next game on the docket we will discuss. Let's go to the New York Spirit Airlines versus the team that shall get no play in my ride. We got the Houston, they call them the Texans. So we're going to call them the Houston Attorneys because, anyway, with that being said, then we got the New York Spirit Airlines, as we call them, because most of the time they give all of their quarterbacks jet lag. So, Mr. Schefter, do your work.
Hey, man, I got a serious question for y'all.
Oh.
Who's the Jets quarterback this week?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Okay, make sure we all know that because I didn't know that.
Everybody else.
What?
No, I was gonna say everybody else is on COVID list, but
over under is 45. The Jets are 3-point underdogs. The Houston Texans are actually favorites. I don't know why Vegas didn't just make it a pick 'em, but I guess somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, right? Or will they?
Might be a tie.
I don't want to see this game on my red zone feed. I don't need to see it. I don't care what happens. I don't care who wins. I don't care what happens. I don't care how many catches.
Give me the Jets,
bro.
Because I respect Spirit Airlines more than I respect anything going down in Houston.
Well, I can't give Houston that much slander. The Texans, yeah, but the city of Houston is wonderful. Even though I gotta stay.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not talking about referring to them. I only refer.
Well, you
to
said Houston.
One part of Houston.
The
only one part of Houston. Excuse me. The 1% of Houston that I refer to every week is that part of Houston that got those attorneys against my guy and this Deshaun Watson. So I refer to the 1% of the Houston.
Yeah, give me the Jets too. Give me the Jets by a touchdown.
Yeah, I like the Jets. I like the Jets in this game too. Zach Wilson, I'm hoping comes back. Kind of shows some of the things that German and I liked about him. Maybe a little bit more of a short game, more patience that Mike White was showing in the beginning there. But yeah, I mean, he's got his weapons. Elijah has been outstanding the last couple of weeks, Germ. So I expect the Jets to win this game.
R.I.P. Mike White's career. Go ahead, MJ.
Tyrod Taylor is at quarterback, right?
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm. Give me Houston for that reason.
That's a more logical pick, honestly. I don't want to pick Houston ever.
Chargers, Broncos, next game on here.
Yes,
that being said, the Chargers, fellas, from this point forward, I just want to make sure that everybody understands the Chargers have been mathematically eliminated from the Germ So True Super Bowl contention. They are no longer the Los Angeles Chargers. They are the Los Angeles Wog Plugs. And that's what we're going to call them. At the end of the day, they keep losing. Might as well just call them iPhone chargers. Because you know how your iPhone charger always shortened. It's always something wrong. You can't twist the cord. Can't do this. Too much going on. They're just not sturdy enough for me. The Los Angeles Chargers are now changing their name to the Los Angeles Wall Plugs. Thank you.
So,
hey, bro, they the Los Angeles. I'm sorry, MJ. I mean to cut you off, but those little docking chargers that AT&T be selling for like $10, or they like buy one get one for $10, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's 10 wattage, and that will take your phone from 10% to 11% in 37 minutes. That's what we're going to call Los Angeles Chargers. Go ahead, MJ. I'm sorry.
No, I actually was going to compare it to, a state-of-the-art charger, but it's a car charger. And you got to plug it in, the cigarette lighter hole. But your car is 1987, and all the cigarette lighter holes don't work all the way. That's what I compare it to, because they got what they need. It's just the damn car don't connect with the charger. So it's just, so you still stuck with a dead battery. But, you got to blame the car. I can't blame the players. I blame the owner. Something wrong. I got to blame them. Something, coach, whatever. Like, it's something different. So
The ghost of Drew Brees' shoulder is still in that organization, and that's just what we're gonna call it. There you go.
and that's how they did my boy Tyrod. All of that.
I mean, well, hey, you said a card, then you said Tyrod's. I mean, Tyrod, but it is. Look, it is what it is. It's kind of one of them situations where I'm gonna let Mo do his work.
On this game,
Yeah, go ahead.
Brian ain't got much
Charge.
work to give you on this one. Over under is 47. The Chargers are 3-point favorites. I am in the mood to reward effort. Bradley Chubb coming back. Give me the Broncos.
That's what I was gonna say. Bradley Chubb coming back. If they can make, Justin Herbert uncomfortable with a 4-man pass rush, not have to send the blitz, send everybody else in coverage, and focus on Austin Eckler because Eckler has been outstanding. The Broncos have a chance to win this game.
Oh, no doubt.
But with that being said, I'm gonna give the Chargers this game today. I think they'll do enough and score probably, outscore them 3 points maybe.
I am rewarding effort. I am not speaking from a logistical standpoint. I am simply rewarding effort, and I like the Broncos' effort more than what I've been seeing from the Chargers.
You can see effort on film. So
I'm not even questioning the Chargers' effort. I am rewarding the Broncos' effort and questioning the Chargers' character. Okay, because as a team, not as men, as strict. I don't speak on the men. I speak on the player. Strictly as a team, I am questioning their character because Pittsburgh gave that game away last Sunday night. Pittsburgh, listen, man, the Chargers tried to give that game away, and Pittsburgh didn't want to take it. Jerm said they mathematically eliminated. I am logistically disgusted.
At the end of the day, I'm going to take the Chargers this week, only simply because the wall plugs. Eventually, the Charger has to get a spark, and that's this week. This week, the spark should be on. The Chargers should work, even if you got to wrap the gun around, a little cord around, tie it in a knot, whatever it is that you got to do. This week, it should work well enough for you to be able to score 27 points. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always figured out a way to find the one line that works. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers. It's usually in the back seat though, but my phone dead anyway, so it's not like I beat it.
So the next game on the docket, we got the Eagles versus the Giants.
I knew this is where you were going. Man, look, over under is 45. 4 points are the underdogs for the Giants. I saw the stat as to what the Giants are when they fire an offensive coordinator in season. I don't really care about all that. What I am most impressed by is Philly has gotten better every week. And as a team, they've gotten better as a week. As a coaching staff, they've gotten better every week. And Jalen Hurts has been a pleasant surprise. Is he blowing it out the water? No. Is he going to win Rookie of the Year? No. Is he going to be all pro? No. But he has played exceptionally well. And when it comes to effort, he's Russell Westbrook, only more efficient when it comes to effort. I love the way this dude plays. So give me the Eagles.
I remember when he said, I got to pay rent every day and I don't plan on missing a payment. He won
That's
me.
when I was sold, bro.
He won me after that. I'm like,
swear to God.
I'm ready to block for him.
I swear to God.
I'm ready to block for him. I'm like, yo, no, nobody's touching. Nobody is touching this. I don't care who you are, you ain't touching. So with that, the Eagles have just always played against better teams when I wanted to pick for them. Just the lab is the lab. They are who they are. They have reached the ceiling only for this season. As of right now, I think they're going to win this game because they've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat and even surprised a few teams who I felt wasn't going to show up. So it's only right that I picked the Eagles on this one. The Giants are in disarray. They always in disarray, unfortunately. The Giants and the Chicago Bears, we kind of in the same seat. So it's just like Atlanta, that's the bus. We just whatever.
No, I again, as far as just real quick, as for your Jalen Hurts comment, again, you see the way the dude goes out there and plays. So yeah, when as his lineman, you're gonna go out there and block with pride.
Yeah.
Same like, you know, I blocked for Saquon Barkley. Psych, I lied. Go ahead, Vic.
Yeah. Jason Garrett gone finally.
I know,
not
Germ.
finally,
I know, Germ.
because,
I know, Germ.
you know, it didn't take the Giants that long to figure it out. Jason Garrett, again, like I said, get a college or a high school job, my guy, because please stay out of my
Yo,
league.
yeah. Hey, he could go be the offensive coordinator for Phillip Rivers.
Was that at the high school?
Yeah, he's a high school football, bro. They're like
Yeah.
undefeated or something. They're killing it.
Man, so why would you want to mess that vibe up?
That's
Anyway,
true.
Freddie Kitchens is gonna be calling the plays now. I don't know how Jerm feels about that. I think there might be a little bit more consistency there. Let's use Saquon. Let's use Saquon, see what we got, see if he can, you know, if he's healthier. They need to run the ball and use that kid, and he needs to be the emphasis of that offense, because Daniel Jones, you know, I saw an interesting stat, fellas. He's second in the league according to Next Gen with tight window throws, with 26 completions in tight windows. You know,
I
with a
actually saw
defender
that.
within,
I
with
saw that.
And Jimmy Garoppolo is number one for some reason. But it goes, you know, is that a lack of separation issue with the receivers? Are they just finding spots? You know, to me, they both have some good accuracy, some good touch. So, you know, can that be something that Daniel Jones can develop on? It remains to be seen, because some of his decisions are just awful. They need to emphasize the run. With that being said, Philadelphia, yeah, I touched on it. Jalen Hurts has been outstanding. To me, he's giving, you know, like a Lamar Jackson vibe, where the players just want to play for them. Okay,
Facts.
they are leaders. You know,
Facts.
with their deficiency, you know, when it comes to passing, they can run the football and they play with a lot of effort. And I think that the Eagles offense is seeing that, and they want to play for that guy. And that, you know, again, the human element is very important in football. And shout out to Jalen Hurts for getting that team, that at least that offense involved. They are finally running the ball, finally running the football a lot. And so, you know, expect a lot from Miles Sanders and Boston Scott today. I'll take Philly to win this game.
Give me the Giants. Go ahead, MJ.
Yeah, I got the Eagles as well. Another thing that they've been doing besides running the ball, they have been finally using Goddard to the best of their ability. They've been using the tight ends as well. So, you know, we've already said, you know, when you have tight end and running back depth like that, you know, make the game simple, and you have a quarterback who could take off at any given moment, you should be controlling the hell out of the clock. They're starting to do that right now. That's why they look like a better football team.
Facts. I like it. I love it.
Miami is taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers, yes, sir.
I don't like this at all.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Over under is 41. The Panthers are only a 1-point favorite. I think they had a heartbreaker last week, but it felt like one of those Panthers with Cam type of game where there's going to be a lot of good energy, a lot of excitement, a lot of plays made. But now that you got Cam and you got this energy and you got this unity, it seems, in Carolina, now it puts more pressure on the head coach and staff. Because when you had Sam Darnold, when you had all these guys that nobody was expecting nothing out of, any game you won, you got credit for. Any game you lost, it's like, well, what did we really expect? But now that you got this type of energy, you got your defense, you got the full arsenal of your defense. Carolina is going to be under the microscope for the rest of the year. They're 5-6. They got 5-6. They got 7 games left. They could still finish 10-7. You know what I'm saying? They could still find a way to sneak in there. They got defensively, they got the pieces. They're finally getting healthy, both sides of the football. Their biggest weakness, and it showed, which is why they lost last week, they ain't got no beef. Not that they don't have it. It's just they got very tender beef. It's still growing. It's still aging. It's still got to get that look. You know what I mean? Right now, they're still breastfeeding off of mama. That's the kind of beef they got. And I think until then, they're going to be that type of team that they're going to win some, they're going to lose some. Today, I expect them to win because Tua, we are not seeing what everybody was hoping to see out of Tua. Like we're more seeing it out of Jalen Hurts than we are at a Tua. Not to take
Yep.
away anything what Tua did in college football, because he was spectacular. But you can see that, number one, to me, he doesn't have the arm strength for the NFL. And it is showing every Sunday. And I don't mean arm strength by throwing it 60 yards downfield. I mean, can you take that 5-yard out to the opposite side of the field, throw it on a 3-step drop with time and energy and accuracy? I have seen him short so many balls. And I've also seen him sail a lot of balls, which tells me what, MJ? He don't have control of his accuracy. So I am truthfully concerned. I wasn't a fan of him, what he was going to be on the next level anyway. None of us were. But it is a major concern for Miami right now. And if you don't think it's a concern, then they wouldn't have been ready to pay whatever it is they were ready to pay for Deshaun Watson. The only reason they didn't get Deshaun Watson was because of the legal issues that Deshaun didn't want to settle yet. Why? Because Deshaun didn't, he wants to clear his name. So you give him all props for that. But just keep that in mind. If there was no legal issues, Deshaun Watson would be starting this game for the Miami Dolphins, which tells you everything you need to know about Tua. Give me the Panthers by 5. I'll go 20. I'll go 25-20, 25-19. Ah, damn. No, that doesn't make sense. 25-10. Give me the defense for the Panthers taking control of this game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it so much already. Those 3 draft picks for the Dolphins a couple years ago, Tua, the cornerback, and even the tackle Austin Jackson, who we still think can develop into something in the future, have struggled. Again, Mo touched on it, man. People, when we talk about arm strength, it doesn't mean throwing the ball 60, 70 yards in the air straight ahead. It's about, can you throw from hash mark to the sidelines? With some, with that pinpoint strength and accuracy. And those are the questions that we had, and it shows. But the Panthers rushing the passer very well right now, and the Dolphins have a hard time blocking and protecting the quarterback. So, it should be a game where defensively the Panthers can dominate. I do see, a situation where they only give up 10 to 13 points to the Dolphins. And they should be able to win this game. Again, like Mo said, Cam bring a lot of energy, but they have to close games. And I think with Christian McCaffrey today, they'll be able to get at least 150 total yards from him and win this football game. Panthers.
Give me Carolina.
Hey, McNown, Steve Young, Mike Vick, Tagovailoa, obviously. I can't think of any more left-hand quarterbacks, but think about how different of ranges that is when it comes to consistency and playing great football. Obviously, Steve Young was the more accurate out of all of them. All those other 3 quarterbacks, the ball went all over the place when it came to short yardage throws. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I really think, it's one of them situations where quarterbacks is kind of like the equivalent of an infielder. You don't want a left-hand infielder unless you're first. You just don't.
You're first baseman. You just don't.
You just don't, because it just throws off everything. Now the right tackle has to be the left tackle. It throws off the whole everything. And this is coming from a left-handed player. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well. And he's short too. So it's like, if he was 6'6", maybe you can get away with a little bit more. But he's short. So now he's barely seeing over the line. It's a lot going on. I think that he has a cannon for an arm, but it's just different when you're left-handed and you have to do those certain things. So give me Carolina for that reason. John?
Next game on the docket, we got Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Mo, do your work.
Hey, man, I don't want to discuss much about this game because I really don't know how in the world it's going to go. We're short on time, so I'm going to keep it quick. 43.5 is the over-under. Steelers 3.5-point favorites. Pittsburgh, if you would have asked me about this game 3 weeks ago, I was ready to take the Steelers, but they tied, which means they eliminated from the playoffs, which means they cannot win a Super Bowl this year because they have a tie. Those are the rules. I don't make them. I made this one, but I can't break them. Give me the Bengals. But Cincy, you need to win this game for a couple reasons. Number one, you got to show that you're ready to take that next step as a football team with Joe Burrow. Number two, I need my guy Josh Storms to have a little bit of redemption after yesterday. Go Michigan. Go ahead, bro.
Really easy. I'm taking Pittsburgh today. Pittsburgh is still relevant in the playoff picture because we got wall plugs, because we got teams also in the AFC that say they Chiefs, but they look like Indians, and things of that nature. Like it really is one of those situations where the Steelers, they're pretty much, they are what they are. I mean, Vic, hey, I'm where I'm supposed to be, what's going on.
I'm with MJ there. I was like, wait, what? Who? Chiefs, Indians? Which ones are you talking about? We trying to figure it out. Is that a reference hitting the Chiefs or something? I don't know. But I mean, listen, Najee Harris, sixth in the league in
Beast.
total yardage, has been
Beast.
outstanding. Another Alabama product. Shout out to Tanya. But the focus of Cincinnati's defense is going to have to be on him. And I think they'll do a good job kind of containing him to win this game. Joe Burrow and that offense might be a little too much for that Pittsburgh defense, but we'll see. I don't know if Watts will be back today, but I think Cincinnati should be able to win this game.
Man, I have no idea. I don't know. So,
honest to God.
So since I have no idea, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the home team. So let me see who's playing at home. Bengals at home? Sure. All right.
And they won week 3, so in Pitt.
Which I don't know, which is interesting. We'd have to look this up. I don't remember the last time the Bengals beat the Steelers twice in one year.
That's a good question.
What's next?
Next game on the docket, we're gonna roll with the Rams and the Packers. And yes, I picked this game first because I want you to do the over-under, and I want you to come to me real quick. I gotta
over-under is 47. Packers are +2 underdogs. Jerm, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a sam blim blam peanut butter jelly. I'm ready to jam. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now when it comes down to it. We got the Green Bay Slackers and the Los Angeles Deer. Why do the Green Bay Slackers? Because their quarterback slacks when it's time for them to get intact. It's just that simple. Now, the Los Angeles Deer, why are they no longer Rams? Rams are violent creatures. They like to headbutt things. Well, this Rams team, they don't tackle well. They're not physical, so they can't be Rams. They have to be deer or gazelles because they like to run and they like to jump and they like to look pretty while they do it.
Prance.
And, yes.
They like to prance. Yes.
Prance, And as a matter of fact, reindeer. There you go. The Los Angeles reindeer, man.
It's Christmas.
Because they on that ho 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 energy.
Yes. It's pretty much where it is. I am not one of those people who picks this game with any type of pride because I'm gonna be honest. I don't care who wins. It's just a consolation prize for who the real champ is gonna be of this conference. So what I'm gonna say is give me Green Bay because they're more physical, because I trust their quarterback more, and that says a lot because I still don't trust Aaron Rodgers at all, and that's just being honest. So with that being said, Aaron Rodgers, act like a Sagittarius and do like me and MJ and take care of your business.
This one is tough for me to choose too. I mean, the Packers offensive line is beat up right now, and the Rams should be able to have a field day because of that, putting pressure on Rodgers. So the Packers, the Rams just came from their bye week, so they should be a little bit more refreshed as well. Packers are limping literally to their bye week coming up next week. Aaron Jones is still questionable for this game. I don't know if there's any confirmation if he will start. So I'm taking the Rams. I just think that the Packers are just too beat up for this game, but it's gonna be tight.
Yeah, MJ.
Matt Stafford, if you have any situation to earn your money right now, it should be right now because you have not seen any team more than the Green Bay Packers. This should be where you do your work and make everybody realize that the trade that the Rams made for you is worth it. Rams have already went all in. They put all their chips in the middle. And I don't think they have a royal flush. So time to call their bluff. I think they win the game, but that whole Super Bowl thing I'm looking at is not going to be as easy as expected. But I'll see if they can get hot towards the end and be able to see if it's more room on Ronnie's train. Pause. So there you go.
Real quick,
I dig it.
Devontae Adams versus Jaylen Ramsey should be a good show.
Facts.
They've been going at each other all week long.
Facts.
So
I'm going Rams, to be honest with you, because they can't afford to lose another game right now, and they need to show me that they can beat a quality opponent. I know they beat the Buccaneers, but going into Lambeau Field, yeah, they got to get this done. I think there's more pressure, honestly, on the Rams to get a win today than the Packers. Jerm, next game, let's go to Vikings 49ers real quick.
Yep.
Over under is 49, 3.5 points for 3.5 point underdogs are the Vikings. Simply put, for me, I'm on the 49ers train right now. Not, I just go in there and check on them, make sure everything is good. I like the way this team plays football, and they are coming into their own every week. One of those teams that's just, continuing to blossom. Give me the 49ers.
I got 49 reasons why I could pick the 49ers, but I'm not going to give them to y'all. At the end of the day, it's really, really simple. The Vikings are just not Vikings. They're not physical enough. They're not strong enough at the point of attack to be able to sustain this physical team. The 49ers are like 49 dudes literally that just come at you every week. There are a 53-man roster of physical football players that want to cause harm. They want action. They need contact. And you know what they say about contact, Petey? They need contact, Petey. That's what they're looking for. So what that is, let's give me the 49ers, man.
No, but you're absolutely right, bro. That's a one band, one sound type of team. Vic?
Yeah, shout out to real quick Everson Griffin dealing with some mental health related issues. We are very sensitive on those type of situations, as we should be, as the world needs to get more involved in. So the Vikings will be without him. They are also out without Daniel Hunter and Michael Pierce, who is under IR, and now Dalvin Tomlinson is on reserve COVID list. So the whole defensive front right now for the Vikings is going to look different. The 49ers have been running the ball with an outstanding rate. Jimmy is not turning over the ball. So the 49ers offense has looked a lot different, a lot better, a lot more consistent. And both teams 5-5. I expect the 49ers to win this game and go above 500.
MJ?
Oh, just give me the 49ers. I never bet with the Vikings.
All right, now we're going to start with we're going to actually go in by level of importance.
Good.
So that means the Bucks and the Colts are first.
Yeah.
Rumor has it, fun fact, that if Tristan Wirfs was not on the board when the Buccaneers picked, they would have taken Jonathan Taylor at that spot that they were in.
Interesting.
So that means they had a first round grade on him, Vic, and other teams did not.
Oops.
Very interesting.
Sometimes, Vic, they say broken clocks is right, but this clock got to be working because we work more than twice a day. All right, now, Vic, go ahead, Mo, do your work.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Don't know where that came from. Over under is 53. The Bucks are 3-point on the road favorites. Antonio Brown is out. Ali Marpet is out. Marlon Mack is out for the Indianapolis Colts. I know the Bucks have some road woes. Okay. And this is, again, they're on the road against a quality opponent, a team that's rising, and an environment that gets pretty rowdy. Oh, yeah. And Tom knows how to play in that building. You got Gronk there now. Gronk can kind of settle things. You remember what Gronk did last time he played in that building? He threw somebody out the club. Type it on YouTube, you see it for yourself. Again, one of those games where we gotta start seeing the Bucks communicate better, particularly offensively on the road. Limit the penalties, limit the mental mistakes, limit the dumb interceptions, the dumb turnovers, limit just a lot of things.
Limit catching the ball and then throwing it in the air or ricocheting the ball off of my hands to the next three defenders.
I think this is going to be one of the best games of the weekend. We got some really, really good games on the docket today. I think this is going to be one of the best of them. Give me the Bucks 31-30.
I'm taking the Bucks as well, and I'm just going to make it real simple. I'm taking the Bucks for two reasons. Jonathan Taylor is the key. That's why you pay 54 and 45. They are the best linebacker duo in the league, and you got Big Vita. He rested last week. He should be rested, and they will be battle tested. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to defense. Cover 2. You can't cover 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, you guys covered it pretty well. Some of the things that I was going to touch up on. Real quick, Jonathan Taylor. I think we had him ranked higher than we usually would for running backs because we thought he was a very good player. The NFL clearly thought he was a second-round pick, which is okay. You know, again, it's the position. But the kid has been unbelievable. It should be an outstanding matchup for this defense, especially that front seven for the Buccaneers. It should be fun to watch, basically. I'm just excited for this game. I have a tough one on this one, man. But you know what? I'll just go with the Colts just for the heck of it, just because you guys went with Tampa. Because I think that this game is going to be an extreme battle. I think it's going to be the best game of the week, and it's going to be a major dogfight. So I'll just pick the Colts because they're at home.
I dig it.
Yeah, I ain't betting against Brady. Give me Tampa.
I hear that.
Bucks and the let's do the Pats and the Titans. We can cover this in 60 seconds, Mo.
Oh,
What's the over under?
The over under on this game is 43. The Titans, believe it or not, 7.5 point favorite, 7.5 point underdogs. Go ahead, Jerm.
2 points. Ryan Tannehill is your quarterback. That's a -7. No Derrick Henry. That's another -7. So point number 1 is they're already down 14 before they walked into the door today. Number 2, and most importantly, this Patriots defense is going to suffocate this Titans offense. If you have the Patriots defense today, start them because I don't expect this team to score more than maybe 6 points. I don't think Ryan Tannehill has it, and I know for a fact they're not about to run the ball all down the Patriots' throat. Give me the Patriots something stupid, like 35-3.
Damn. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, honestly. I think, number one, Bill Belichick has better talent today. Bill Belichick is working with better personnel in this game than Mike Vrabel is. So that's the number one reason I'm going with the Patriots. Number 2, the quarterback for the Patriots is playing better, and I trust him a little more right now than I do Ryan Tannehill. So that's another reason why I'm going with the Patriots. And number 3, I 100% expect this Patriots run defense to have their best game of the season. So give me the Patriots 21-10.
Well, I trust Mac Jones way more than I trust Ryan Tannehill. Not just a little bit.
Right.
Okay. I trusted him before he even got drafted over Ryan Tannehill. And you know, people want to be behind on with us. You know, Mac Jones Rookie of the Year. I don't want to touch up on it too much. I think the Patriots will win this game because they have 18 interceptions. They lead the league, and Tannehill just came from throwing 4 of those against the Houston Texans.
So they'll have 20 by the end of the day? Okay, cool.
I'll have 20 by the end of the day, 20 plus. Give me the Pats.
As I was talking, I went on ahead and dropped Tannehill and picked up Mike Jones. So, yeah.
Now, the last game of the week, this is the big heavyweight fight of the day. This should be the game of the day.
Yes.
Browns, Ravens. Cleveland, former Cleveland. Mo, over under.
Over under in this game, Jerm, is 47, and the Browns are 3-point road underdogs. Go ahead, brother.
And that is a good thing because you know what that means? That means they have no room to disappoint anybody today. It's really, really simple. The Ravens are trash on defense. We're going to call it the way that it needs to be called. The secondary is in disarray. The linebackers in the middle are being blown off the ball. Dion, grab your tomatoes because you're going to need to use them. And you need to throw them at your team because on defense, they're terrible. The key here is Lamar. Cleveland, you sign, and fellas, I'm going to cover it all right here, to be honest. You signed Jadeveon Clowney, Takk McKinley to pair with Myles Garrett. You brought in Anthony Walker Jr. You brought in JOK. You brought in Grant Delpit. who comes back off of injury. You re-signed Ronnie Harrison, and you brought in James Johnson or John Johnson III. If y'all can't stop or eliminate big plays in this game by Baltimore, take the city of Cleveland and remove the team, period. I'm over this consistent talent that is on this roster. The best 53-man roster resides in Cleveland. We're talking, you need pass rushers. I got 3-4 of them. You need interior guys. I got 3-4 of them. You need running backs. I got 4 of them. You whatever you want. Conklin's back this week. We got Kareem Hunt back this week. You ain't got no excuses tonight, Roy. No excuses. And for that reason, I know I have a weird way of motivating people. The Browns are going to win this game by 20 points tonight.
Oh, no. My rebuttal. Bruh, the Ravens are a
41-20.
The Ravens are a better team. They got a better quarterback currently playing. They got a better head coach. They got a better coaching staff. They got a better everything. Give me the Ravens by 13.
You said they got a better what?
They currently got a quarterback that's
you said they got a better team?
They got a better team. I don't believe in the Browns for doo-doo.
Brown doo-doo. Okay. Mr. Hanky. All right, so again, this is a coin flip for me too. Anything in the AFC North, all 4 of these AFC North teams, to me, is just you flip a coin. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know who's going to be motivated at that time. I don't know who's going to lay in it. I have no idea. Don't bet on this game.
No.
Just don't. Stay the fuck away from this game.
Facts.
So now that I've said that, who's the home team again?
The Ravens.
The Ravens are home team?
Yup.
Give me the Browns. Why
not?
Listen, the Browns need to run that football. They need to run it like 40 times today. Emphasize on the running backs. Keep Baker, 20, 25 passes at the most. He is clearly playing hurt, and that's okay. It is football. We don't want to make excuses for football, but if they're going to keep playing them, you got to protect them. That's it. Point blank, period. I'm going to take the Browns because I do think they do have a better football team, and they have the ability to give Lamar some headaches. Defensively and offensively, they should be able to run all over that Ravens front seven. So
Lamar will climb back into the top 3 MVP odds after tonight.
Yeah. I can see that too.
I mean, hey, check this out. Mo, I love the way that you did this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm around later.
Listen, we having a party later. We charging admission. If you want the invite, we're going to drop the Cash App. We're doing an Only Labs special. Make sure you're there if you want to be there. It's 18 plus only. Yeah.
And real quick, as we close out the show, I promised y'all one thing. I said that I would tell y'all the Super Bowl matchup.
Yes, I want to hear this because I didn't know you were doing this.
So with that being said, I've already told you who was eliminated. I've already told you that. Mm-hmm. So I need to be able to tell y'all who the team is. But first, fellas, I actually am going to give you 30 seconds here apiece to give you guys a Super Bowl matchup. And then I'll say mine's.
Vic, you got one? Because I got mine.
My bad. I was reading the comments. What is it? What Super Bowl matchup already?
Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm not giving you my official one, but I got one.
I mean, Tampa in the NFC, and give me the Colts in the AFC.
I like it.
Colts.
I like it. Hey man, we started off this show. I tell you, I got my red hoodie on, feeling like Bill Belichick, out here just doing it like I'm cashing Nike checks. Give me the Patriots and the Bucks in the Super Bowl. MJ?
Browns and Rams.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah. Look. All right, so That being said, I already told y'all that the blue and
If that happens, you ain't gonna stop hearing. They ain't gonna stop hearing me.
I like the big challenge, so let me say why. Jerm just went on record saying that the Cleveland Browns is the most deep and most talented roster in the NFL. You know who's number 2? The Rams.
It's a good point. That's a good point.
well, unfortunately, the thing holding both of those teams back are the quarterbacks. So, with that being said, see, holding back quarterback. Now, with that being said, we have the real prediction, because Mo don't like to say stuff with his chest. Vic, I like your prediction. It was very, very close to being the.
I don't say stuff on my chest.
You didn't say that with your chest.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. So with that being said, what I say and what I'm going to tell y'all is the 2 teams that will be in the Super Bowl this year are the Patriots and the Bucks. Why will that be the hey Mo, why you got on brand new Jordashes? But anyway,
Jordan,
what's in your wallet?
So, look at what Tanya said. Look at what Tanya said.
Well, I mean, look, it's different frequencies. Look, I'm gonna let y'all know why. Patriots are probably one of the 5 best defensive collection of players in the NFL, and they do something very well. Wow. They take away something that's very, very interesting. They take away a lot of things that teams do well, and they stop the run just well enough to be able to beat anybody.
Talk to him.
But also, they're gonna score 21 to 24 points, and with that defense, they're gonna be right there every game, and they have the ability to dominate at the point of attack whenever they feel like it.
Talk to him, Germ.
We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna call it what it is. It's gonna be the Pats in the AFC. In the NFC, the Bucs stop the run. That mathematically eliminates the Rams and the Green Bay Packers, because they both need to be able to run the football in order for them to be able to be successful. The Arizona Cardinals don't have a run game, so they have Kyler Murray. But that's why you have 45 and you have 54. Those are running back and quarterback stoppers. There will be no running on those 2 players. That is where the no-fly zone begins. Richard Sherman being in that secondary adds another lab guy to that defense to combat with Brady. 2 great minds. You're going to produce something from that. Desire is going to be a bigger part of this. Carlton Davis is going to get better.
Agreed.
And so will Mr. Dean and all those other dudes.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell y'all, they'll be better this year at the end of the season.
Yes.
Going into the playoff run than they were last year.
Yes. 100% yes.
Bucks Patriots Super Bowl. I want it to be a classic, though. I want it to be Brady and Bill score tied 24-all for the game, 90-yard drive with 7 to 8 minutes on the clock. 8-minute Brady to close the game, with the Bucks being champions 2 times in a row.
And I will not watch that game, just for the record.
Sure. Cap.
Oh my God.
Oh, major.
Cap.
So with that being said,
major, I'll be there.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being there. Games have officially started. The NFL Sunday is upon us.
Get your snacks, get your popcorn. Yes, it is.
Germ is about to take a snack break, and then I will see you guys later. With that being said, this is Views from the 22, Views and Dues pregame show, Slander edition. Had to get the picture right. We hungry, we humble, but we hustle. That's just what we do. Time for us to get out of here. Take us home, True.